Hi there, my name is Dylan Patel. I'm going to do a presentation on open source. I will talk about what open source is, the pros and cons, the licensing agreements, and also I will conclude with a review and a closing statement. So what is open source? Open source is known as a developing model open to anyone that wants to access a product, software, and a product's blueprint to improve designs that are available currently or create relevant products. Open source became widely popular when internet usage became increasingly used by developers, users, and producers of open source technology. Establishment of open source. The reason why open source was established was to inform people of copyright licensing and domain rules established, so things that they can or cannot do. Laws are set for people that want to modify previous open source codes. So price for open source systems. Generally, open source information open source refers to computer programs that has its source code available for all people to use and modify from original pieces that were created, and generally they're all free, so there's no charge for modifying an open source code. IBM released their open source code in the 1950s and 1960s, and it was called Share. And Share tuned into a forum used to exchange technical information about opening or operating systems, database systems, programming languages, and user experiences. Modern examples of released open source codes are LibreOffice and GNU image manipulation program. And these are two of the top ones that are available at this time. Licensing agreements mainly became popular in the 1990s. The licensing for open source software promotes collaboration and sharing of information amongst individuals and businesses, so that modifications can be made from previous things that were created. And like stated before, it allowed modifications to be made. A business will create a source code, an original source code, and people were able to modify that source code for free to benefit themselves. And this would allow them to open up things that will make their business or individual needs more efficient. So examples of licensing agreements were Eclipse Public License. The older version was the Mozilla Public License 2.0, and then the Microsoft Reciprocal License. Two of the ones that I researched are listed. There are many out there, but these are just the two that I found. And then the open source initiative, OSI, is a review process in which license agreements have to go through to get approved. They go through like a lower end and to a higher committee end, and then they're primarily approved by that way. It's like a bill in the Congress, and they have to get it passed down in order for it to be approved. Advantages to open source systems. It roughly saves a business $60 million or $60 billion per year, and this is because the open source codes are all free to modify and use, and this saves from having to pay for software. Also, continuous modifications are being made, which leads to better products, higher quality, and less vulnerability to viruses, hackers, and minor setbacks. Lastly, two more advantages is that there is no lock-in system for one vendor. So what this means is that a person can go from different vendor to vendor based on modifications that are made, and these modifications can be made to personally benefit your business and efficiency and outcome of your business. Disadvantages to open source systems. Software is revised for personal benefit, so everybody cannot use the software that is made by a business because it won't be shaped towards what they need. So many companies have to make their own source codes. And then there's low technical support and indirect costs. So low technical supports is due to usually individuals are making these codes, and they're the ones that created the modifications. You can't really contact them for help if you have an issue that occurs. And also, this could lead to indirect costs because you would have to contact outside of your company someone to come and fix the software for you. So a review, open source systems allows availability for many softwares to be modified and used amongst businesses, and it can save a large sum of money because it's free. And then this money can be used for other departmental tasks, such as hiring employees or establishing more software for other technical needs, and many, many more things. And then they can be customized to protect and advance your company's strategy and efficiency. One of the biggest downfalls to open source codes is that there's no support, and that could lead to indirect costs. And this could be a large sum if you have to call someone from a higher end company to come and fix your software since you can't find the user that created the modification. So overall, open source codes are very, very advantageous. And this is being said because you can build off a product that's already been created and issue modifications that could reduce problems that could occur in the future. This is pretty much vital for a business to strategically succeed in their business operations. So thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in class. Thank you.